Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? So it's been 6 months since I dropped the trading video, and I figured this is the perfect time for me to come back and drop more videos. I want to live stream at some point. Once I figure out the setup, I'm gonna start live streaming my trades live. But we ain't got that figured out yet, so we just gonna make these videos. But yeah, man. Since the last 6 months, there has been drastic improvements in my trading, and I mean very drastic improvements. I got the big three figured out, which was strategy, money management, and mindset. And I think if you want to be a profitable trader, a good trader, you need to master those things. Ultimately, I feel like it boils down to the psychology of trading. If you don't have your whoa, if you don't have your psychology in trading down pack, you will be impulsive and you will crash out every single time, just blowing your account. And a lot of what trading is being patient, waiting for that move, where a lot of people in the market are you know convinced and they all move with momentum. That's when you want to take those trades when the money's moving. So let's go over this account. Now, this account is going to be my practice account. I open up a Top Step account again. I've been going with different trade brokers just to see what other companies are like, and I double back to Top Step because I really like their platform and they've been around the longest and they're reputable, so it's a good platform. But this is a practice account. I'm not going to show my actual personal account solely because I'm working on payouts on those, and I don't want to jinx nothing. I feel like it's my business for the time being. And then when I get those payouts, I'll go over those to show. Now, the reason I'm showing you this is because I want to show you what's possible if you actually put in that work, you lock in, and you actually figure out the strategy and the things you need to do in order to be profitable, you know? So this isn't gambling like FanDuel or Prize Picks or any of that stuff. Trading gets that connotation a lot. And ultimately, it's none of that. It's none of that if you know what you're doing. Are you going to lose? Yes, you're going to lose. But just like anything in life, you're going to lose. So here we go. Total P&L, trade win. I gotta say this. Lately, I've been feeling like I'm a bear. I really like shorting things. Like, I don't mind buying, but for some reason it just hits different when I'm shorting. I don't know. It's interesting. Cause I used to be a bull, but now the Bears, yeah. So most profitable day, number of trades, total lots, average trade duration, win duration, loss. Now, I will say one thing I do need to continue to work on is my number of trades. What I've noticed is I have the money management, I have the mindset, and I have the strategy. However, my total number of trades are still kind of bad. It's still kind of bad. Very inconsistent, I will say. There'll be some days I'll take my max amount of trades, which is ideally 5 trades. I have a system where it's like if I get 3 losses, I'm done for the day. But yeah, I've been taking way more than that. Trade direction. So as you can see, short 67, 35, bull, best trade, worst trade. Here's the P&L curve. Just on a steep slope. On a steep slope. Trade duration 2 to 5 minutes. So I've been getting good at scalping level to level. So I've been doing a lot of that lately. And even 10 to 30 minutes and even an hour. I don't take much trades in the hour range, but yeah, I'm getting used to holding my trade longer because the goal is to eventually go to swing trading, so we can have a bigger turn. So here's the monthly P&L. So far, opened up on Wednesday, and right out the gate, I took a L. And this is where you see the money management. If you set a certain amount of how much you can lose in a day, and you're earning more than that, you're going to come on top every single time. Now, this day specifically, I was like, you know what, this is a bad start. And ultimately, the psychology behind this day, I wasn't having the best of day. So one thing you need to know is when you're trading and you're just not in a great headspace, don't get on the charts, bro. Don't don't try to force anything because what you're going to do is you're going to trigger desperation and now you're going to try to chase ultimately when you're not in a good headspace. So, followed up the next day, this was the bounce back 400. And then the next day, Friday, was an amazing day. And by the way, this is all five lots. The majority of these trades are five lots that got me this right here. But this was a banger day, man. What was this? I believe I shorted this day, and I call that massive sale that happened. This day, I believe. This actually we could go into detail. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So this day actually started out bad, bro. So yeah, this was me trading Asia session, and I started in drawdown initially. As you can see, like 600, and then I made some pretty good trades. I saw my setup that happened, and that's where pretty much I came on top to get positive. And yeah, we recovered from that. So we ended off there. And then this trade right here was a great trade. Can we load? There we go. So you can see, started down initially, drawdown, came up, drawdown, came back up, down. And this is what I mean by over trading, right? Ultimately, I made 200 that day. I could have just got off the charts, but instead, I chose to keep trading because I could be a little degen sometimes. And hey, it is what it is. I can sometimes be a little bit too confident in my strategy now. So I know almost every single time that I can recover if I see my setup, so I'm gonna take it. Now that is the wrong mentality to have. Do not have that mentality. If you are at a certain place, just end it there. If you win green, just take it. $5, take it. $10, take it. If you lose, end it. Just don't keep trading. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Then right here, I went back in drawdown and then saw my strategy once again and then took that up to a grand. So that was that trade. Then we have the next day, which was a great day. This day, I was seeing green all day. Started off 15. And you know what I mean? Now I will say this day, this is where I was like, from a previous day, I was really bad with over trading, and I didn't break even on some of those trades. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to break even a lot whenever I get that momentum. So this is what you see: 15. I broke even if it came back down. Rode that. I lost a bit from the commission fees, And then this is where I started to ride it up and started compounding my accounts. And what I like to do is scale out. So I'll have 5 micros, right? And each level I'll base hit. And with those base hits, I'll take out, let's say, 2 micros each time, 1 or 2 micros, or even three if I know if it's a significant bounce that's I'm anticipating to happen at that level. And I'll scale out and pay myself. Then the next day, 14 trades, standard day, and then today, which was Asia session. This was a bad day, man. Last night was a lot of chop, a lot of just fake outs, and just indecision going on in the market. And I should have known honestly because we had, I believe, CPI this morning. Let's see. Yeah. So for some reason, I thought it was a smart idea to like trade these ranges, which made no sense. Folks, this is what you not trade. This is considered consolidation and chop. As you can see, there isn't much volume, and these white lines here are levels that I got. So if you see, it goes in a zone, it bounces off of this support, goes through this zone, clip up, and then just low volume nodes the whole way through. Broke through this liquidity, low volume all the way through. It was going up, but it was low volume. And yeah, that chop got to me, man. It gets very heavy. This is MNQ. I traded gold last night. Gold can get very heavy when holding, man. Very heavy. And then CPI happened, and we had this whole impulse candle here. Now, I wish I was up and awake to catch this move because this is a phenomenal move. If you caught this move right here, bro, you're eating. You're eating. So I missed the move. That's okay. You know, there's always going to be moments in the market. So there's no need to fully harp on it. But yeah, that is my trades in a nutshell, man. I just want to come on here and show y'all, what's possible when you lock in, decide to actually do the work and lock in to learning how to day trade. I think day trading is a wonderful skill because not only can you apply it to other areas, but you can use this knowledge in investing. You get that big bag, you can use this knowledge to when to buy that dip. I think the most common thing we hear is buy the dip and sell the high, but it's like, what is the details that entail that? And learning the basics and the knowledge and learning the levels and where the resistance and the support is like a great skill to have, man. So this is a result of what you can do and the reality of trading. You're going to lose, but you're also going to win. But the way to keep everything in check and in order is to have strategy, money management, and mindset, and earn more than your losses. If you can do that, you're going to be a successful trader.